Aduana won the game by 2-1. But I'm sure the talking point will be that goal that Richard Mahama scored. And I mean, the talking point around the goal is that did the ball cross the line, or did the referee Kofi see what we didn't see here? But Nanedu had already said that the ball didn't cross the line. Albert Kote is not too sure whether it crossed the line. From where he's sitting, he says that maybe he doesn't think that the whole circumference of the ball crossed the line. You're still watching Star Times at the channel 247, and this has been a game between Aduana and Kotoko, with the Doma Bay side winning by 2-1. But I'm sure the talking points we all know would be about that goal. But before the whole brouhaha ensued, it was Kotoko who were slightly on top there. It was against the round of play that Aduana got that corner kick that led to Mahama heading the ball, which I think Frederick Asari got a hand to it. It came off the post.
It tipped it.
Yeah. And it seems that Japan had cleared it over the line, but referee Kofi thinks otherwise. He thinks that the ball crossed the line. It was a goal for Aduana. 4 defeats for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Do you think for this one, maybe the fans will say, no, we played better, only for a controversial decision to end us in this way?
You see, we expected such temperature of a game. We expected such tension. We knew that this game would be a cliffhanger, but we didn't expect such bizarre ending. The ending does not fit the kind of game we have witnessed, and it draws our game. I mean, it draws us back to the era that we don't want to talk about. It's unfair and it's quite not right for us to have a situation where a goal will be scored and it's a goal, it's not a goal, it's a goal. I'll play.
Any team will be unwilling to restart.
I don't think we should.
I get you.
It's rather unfortunate that we have to get here. But you see, sometimes referees have to take this into consideration. When you want to give a decision and you're not too sure, just consult your linesman so that everybody will see that it wasn't, I mean, the personal decision you took, but it was, two heads are better than one. So that, viewers will see that it's something you consulted. But to take an outright decision means you are very sure of it. And here's the case, you don't have VR, you don't have a goal line technology. Yeah. So how do you come with this elaborative judgment?
I for like 3 years now, ever since I started hosting games on Star Times, I have been drumming home this that we are getting to the point where we need to assist our referees with a lot of technologies, because if there was technology, this whole it crossed the line, it didn't cross the line wouldn't have happened. I mean, a refereeing has become complex. That is what I feel. And usually you have to make a split-second decision. It is very difficult. Even those with VAR are still finding it very difficult.
It's very difficult to also accuse Prosper Nateogum of his behavior today. It's unfamiliar about it. This is a very disciplined coach. I mean, a learned coach who is sometimes I wonder why he even entered into coaching, because to have a PhD is not easy, and to be a lecturer is something that is so.
So you expect him to be in the classroom and imparting knowledge?
Yeah. So if he comes to the level of coaching, I give him so much respect. But today his behavior, being given a red card, he didn't want to leave.
He was exchanging words with
But you see, he's a coach under pressure.
Yeah.
He's a coach. He has lost 2 league games. Now this is the 3rd game he's about to lose in quotes. And the emotions overriding him, he couldn't control. So I won't say I'll pardon him, because I expected more from him. At least he should have calmed things down for people to understand that, yes, because he can't be the same. He can't be the same lawyer, the same judge. We should be the judges. They should go and play so that we judge whether it crossed the line or didn't cross the line.
I'm sure Kotoko, this will not end here. I'm sure after this game they would try and seek redress, usually in court where you want. So it's the disciplinary committee that may handle this issue, because a lot of things happen with exchange of words with the match commissioner.
The worry with Kotoko is, even if they are able to prove that the body didn't cross the line, the scoreline will not change.
Especially when you look at the league log now, every point is very important for every club. And if Kotoko's aim is to win the Ghana Premier League, some of these decisions could let them struggle win the Ghana Premier League, because teams most of them are picking their maximum points. Aduana Stars is one of the teams that are only on play. And they playing against you, he has been able to pick the maximum 3 points. When you look at the teams that are picking up gradually on the league log, they are getting the result that they want to get in the Ghana Premier League. It tells you OPSLG Premier League, and some of these points are very vital, especially against teams now only more play for the Premier League title. That is why most of these supporters, most of these Kotoko technical bench people will be angry and disappointed in this particular result, especially when at this stage and this manner. That is why I'm fast with G go.
To be honest, 3 games from the 4 that they've played. So this is a 4 defeat ever since the second round started. 4 defeats, 1 win. That is not good.
When you go to some of these advanced countries, teams that on the level when they start at Kotoko, who lose to 3 continuous games, you will not continue being a head coach.
Yeah.
Some of them, they show more contracts. Even in Kotoko, they signed a coach who came to Asante Kotoko. They told him, if you lose 3 continuous games, you will not continue as the head coach. So you cannot coach a Lali football club 3 continuous games, no way lose. And it's against teams that either on an or teams below you. Obviously, there will be questions people will raise around you. So I think they need to fight hard and make sure they come back into the.
So I don't know if we can see the goal again, that controversial goal that is the talk of town at the moment. Then Albert, we try to look at it from the angle. It's not so clear. It's very difficult. So I'm being cautious with how I want us to analyze this. If we can see that goal again, that is what Kotoko are mad about. That it's not a goal. And I saw Richmond Lamptey actually pointing to the linesman. I'm sure he was telling referee Kofi that go and consult your linesman, but it seemed the referee had already made up his mind with what he thinks he saw in that one.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying, that it is very difficult for us to give a clear judgment or decision on this call because 1, we are sitting behind camera. 2, he is at the main event. He's having the actuality of it. So it becomes very difficult for us to take the judgment away from him.
Yeah.
And by law, he's a referee and he takes the final decision. But it's for me, like I said earlier, I believe he should have consulted his linesman to also get his view on how he saw it, so that we can have, a joint judgment that the officials say is across the line.
Okay.
And if you look at the body language of the Aduana players, even the one who was very closer to Frederick Asare and closer to the post, didn't in any way, raise alarm, suggest that, because he was closer than anybody. So he could have.
So Asare got a tip to that ball, and then the ball came down. That is where the controversy is.
You see, with refereeing, naturally they look at the body language of the players to even make judgment. So I was expecting him to even look at Aduana Stars player to see whether he being closer than anybody to react whether it's a goal or not. But it seems the referee may have, a better view of it than even the player who didn't even raise qualms about this very decision. So let's wait and see the report. Okay. And then we continue from there.
So that is where the ball is. This is where the ball is, and that is I don't know. I don't know if this also forms part. The ball seemed to either be in line with the bar. I'm not sure that even if it was in there, the whole circumference of the ball crossed the line. No, it is very difficult to know. That is why I'm saying I'm being cautious with how I'm analyzing this, because we are not getting a clearer picture of where the ball even landed when it came off the bar there.
I think at this moment, the landing is very important.
Yeah.
Look at the landing; it's very important. It's right on the line. At the line, so it didn't cross the line. The whole circumference didn't cross the line. So this particular moment is the most important moment of the game.
Me who born here? The ball seemed to be on the line. Okay, you're moving forward to when Augustine Japan cleared the ball. Let's move forward to that point where Augustine Japan cleared the ball. If we can have some bit of clarity with that. Let's look at that point where Augustine Japan cleared the ball. It's not really clear. Yes, I could achieve. So this is where the ball bounced right, I think, on the line. Then Augustine Japan backheeled the ball out.
Obviously,
it is very difficult. As Albert Cote said, he's giving the referee the benefit of the doubt only because he is the one on the pitch. But from where he is sitting, he doesn't think that the ball crossed the line. And from where I'm sitting, I don't see that the ball really crossed the line. But I'm giving, again, I will get that in the referee's match report, the match commissioner's report, and all that, whether the ball really crossed the line. But from where I'm sitting, it's very difficult to see if the ball really crossed the line. And but it's a big defeat for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, especially with the run that they are in. But I'm sure the fans will pardon Coach Prosper Natogum for this one, because Omeka say we lost under some controversial circumstances.
They had a good game, and performance compared to the previous away games that we saw against Heart of Lions and of course against Karela. There's a better away performance in the Kotoko team than the last 2 away games that I saw. So it looks like the back 4 was working for them. The only thing is the speed of the 2 central defenders that were playing for Kotoko and Jesse's play, especially Ansu's side. And I think it was an improved performance on Asante Kotoko when we talk about the away games that they played. So I'm disappointed in that goal that the referee took for Aduana Stars. But
do you think Kotoko could have gotten more from the game, especially with how the second half started? They were slightly on top. They kept getting half chances and blowing it away. Was this the day that you think Kotoko should have gotten a victory by the controversial second goal?
You see, for me, I saw the game as a drawn game. In the second half, I realized that I have a different view actually. I saw a 50-50 game. I didn't see Kotoko being so on top of the game. What I saw was Aduana Stars were making changes that were likely to have effect on the game, and that's the reason why Richard Mahama was trying to cause damage. It was a change that came in. So I saw Aduana Stars being slightly on top in terms of, chances being created. Kotoko should have maintained, and I saw that they wanted a draw. They wanted to end the game in a draw. That's why they kept that composure. And I wasn't happy with the way they were committing fouls behind the 18-yard box. At vital areas. They gave a lot of set pieces out. And that was, pushing them behind. And I think in one of the set pieces caused the controversial goal. I believe the defenders also didn't help Kotoko. There was no leader at the back. If you look at their back 4 organization, there was nobody commanding the back 4. Between Justice Blay and Henry and so they all had their problems on their own. I saw Justice Blay trying to adapt to the centre back role. I saw Kelvin Obin giving a lot of problems to Henry Ansu. So there was no leader to command who to do what.
So you think that Kotoko lacked leadership at the back?
Exactly. In a team, maybe that's my view. I believe there should be one centre back that is very commanding. If you don't have a centre back that is very commanding, you always have an issue with a back 4. And I wasn't surprised. Coach Prosper Natogum took out Asamoah for Auguste Japan. He realized that there was something wrong with the center, with the flanks. He realized that just as I realized. So I think they should get somebody who is a leader at the back to control the back 4. Again, they are meant for this. I saw that Lamte not. His form hasn't dipped, but I think psychologically
he's not really hitting the levels that he hit in the first round.
The Lamptey I know today didn't give those incisive passes that I do expect or I do see from him. So I think they should work on him. But with the Kalu, I think Kalu is not being a team player. He's also not being an individual player. He's become an average player who just joined the game as and when he likes. He must understand that it's a 90 minutes game. He must be up and doing for the entire 90 minutes, not just for 10 minutes, get lost for 20 minutes and then come back into the game. I think Mukwala wasn't so bad, just that I felt he also got missing at the point. He was handled by Alex Boachi, the centre back. He did very well in handling Mukwala so well that Mukwala couldn't make those. He couldn't cause those damages that he used to. The only chance he got was a penalty, which he scored, and that was all. He was lost throughout the game. I think Kotoko should go back to drawing board. These controversial decisions are part of the game. Even in the Western world, where they have VAR, they have goal line technology, they still make mistakes, and people still complain about their controversial decisions. So I think they should just go back. It's unfortunate the game ended in that direction, where coach was given a red card, he decided not to go, he had to be begged or many.
The kind of ending we all expected. It was a beautiful first half game, and we were expecting the second half to be that smooth and also give us goals.
Normally, with such high tension games, you see flying tackles, but unfortunately we saw a very good combination of passes from both sides. There was no hard tackles on people. There were no personal grudge. You could see the players, enjoying laughter with themselves. The opposing players, they were enjoying laughter and all that. This shows that they also understand the game. It's unfortunate. Well, the game has to end this way.
I would come back to the studio, but we have to go back to the Nana Ajama Badu Park and have a listen to the coaches and the man of the match. I am being told that Kumasi Asante Kotoko were not present for the post-match interview. So let's listen to Aduana's coach. So that is how things ended at the Nana Ajama Badu Park there. So the reports that we are given is that the Asante Kotoko technical team refused to do the post-match interview. So we had to deal with Aduana and also the most valuable player in the game there. Coach Yao, a champion, admitting that it was a tough one, but they nicked it right at the end.
Of course, he's a victor today, so he will say things like that, but obviously it was a tension-packed game. Everybody saw that. We knew it before we even came on set that today will be a very tension-packed game. I am happy that I'm seeing a young coach like Yao Ichampon taking the helms of affairs of a club like Aduana Stars. I think he's doing well. I was impressed with his tactical play. I love the substitution he did. They really changed things for him. They pushed the Kotoko players back and they took control of the midfield. I think it was brilliant. I want to see him in bigger games and at bigger stages. For Kotoko, I expected the Teka team to come for the pre-match, for the post-match actually. I felt they can narrate their story some way, somehow, for us to also get their view at the post-match, because I know they will touch on the controversial penalty, but we have to understand that these are issues which are part of the game. They should have, explained themselves to us, to also have a feel of their side of the story. But it's unfortunate they decided not to come to post-match. Let's hope the GFA finds an amicable solution to this problem, so that going forward, no club can, take decisions on their own when it's association football, which is governed by rules. Let us obey the rules first, then we'll lodge our complaint. Like the military, they say, obey before complain.
Now, Albert, we've been we used to play Munchendi and things. So a decision be uncle ama or now lusua. Obi bisa some kind person be answer. So sometimes and there's a lot of emotion. Maybe I know about the answer or can. So usually I advise people to refrain to avoid that, because I'm sure I know about coming. But on the professional level, they should have come to explain their side. Now you see, and it makes it better. I wouldn't even people get to. But I understand how the Kotoko faithfuls are feeling at the moment. But again, Champo Kasa, a big win for him, getting closer to Samatex, because they need to stay on the heels of Samatex. And yes, they will run away from them. But he says that it was a difficult game, but he knew that his side would come up with the goods. Especially
against Kotoko, it helps some of these players, because when you say, Asante Kotoko have more confidence in the rest of the games that you play in the Ghana Premier League. So for Aduana side, they will be happy about this particular win and how motivate some of these players in the rest of the games they will play in the second round. Last season, almost at top of the Premier League for a very long period of time, until later part, Mediama, with that win that they had in Accra against Hasselhoff, a restarting almost season for them to win the Ghana Premier League. So may assure say they have that thing at the back of their mind that they wouldn't have to blow the league away this particular time. So they'll go out and make sure they win the Ghana Premier. They have a good team. They play good football, even though Kotoko had a good game today. But I think Aduana Stars team is not a bad team.
Okay, so that was not the only game that was played in Matchday 22. We have 2 games to go. But as you know, Aduana winning under controversial circumstance against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. That game ended 2-1. Bishop United also beating Legon Cities by a goal to nil. And Baby Gold Stars won against Bofuakwa, Tando by 2-1. Dreams FC and Samatex played a 2-2 draw with Karela, also getting a 3-2 win over Real Tamale United. That is Nations FC. Wow. They had a 3-0 victory over Brekum Chelsea. Last week, Brekum Chelsea beat Aduana. This time, they are on the losing end. And Swatchaman also getting a 1-0 victory over Mediama. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., Heart of Folk will take on Heart of Lions. Then we have Accra Lions also coming up against Great Olympics on Tuesday. So those are the games that are coming up. But Albert, looking at all the results that have come through, are there any surprises in there? Mine is Nations FC.
I wasn't surprised about their results. They were playing a home game and they are building a fortress at Abrankasi. So I'm not surprised. Just that the margin I didn't expect. I was expecting a 1-0, 2-1 scoreline. I was expecting a 3-0 dropping. The game I felt I wanted to see a change was the Dreams FC Samates. It was 2-0 against Dreams FC. They equalized. This shows how strong Dreams FC are. They are playing the CAF Confederations Cup. They have a solid team. And I'm not surprised they came back from 2 goals down to equalize. Kerala RTU, that was a big game because I followed the game. It was a Northern Derby. I followed the game. RTU old players, they went and visited their former club. They motivated the boys, but I think it wasn't enough. Kerala were playing home. They were playing at the Nairugu Park. And I think they surmounted over RTU. Bechem United, this season hasn't been so good for them. Win today, lose tomorrow, throw the next day. They haven't been consistent. It's what they lost 3 games on a row. They have defeated, I call them mighty Midiama. They have defeated Midiama today. So I think, these were expected results. Just that we are ending Aduana and Kotoko's game. I mean, in the situation where it has run down the entire week, and I think from tomorrow going, it will be topical across all networks because everybody would like to, take a bite of that controversial decision that was taken by the referee. So let's see what the future holds. Look at the next features, and then we believe that by the end of the season we'll have a credible winner.
Of course, we will have. Yes, if you have something to say.
No away win. Match week 22. No away win.
But
it's only one draw game. No away win.
No away win in Matchday 22.
Absolutely.
So the home invisibility is still counted.
It's coming back. In recent times you can see 1 or 2 away wins in the Ghana Premier League, but gradually the home teams want to pick their maximum point at home. And I'm happy for Bechem United beating Lagos Cities by 1 goal to 0. Maybe any goal stars under Frimpong man, so back to winning ways. All their home games in recent times, they've been managing a way to pick the maximum 3 points. And I'm happy for Mr. Kusiedu, the kind of investment he has done within the club. They need to survive in the Ghana Premier League. When you look at a team like Nations FC, I told you they can do what Aduana Stars did years back as the only team from Division 1 straight into the Premier League and get the Premier League title. When you look at the kind of point they are getting, and with one outstanding game in front of them, they are doing a great job. Dream Samates from 2 goals down to get a 2-2 draw. A massive result for Dream FC coming back to get a 2-2 draw against Tima or that top of the Premier League. So I think it's a good result to mention. In Swatremai, Dream scored by 2 goals to 0. House of Folk went there, they won by 2 goals to 1. So now 3 home games I will not it was a good response to come back to pick a 1-0 win against last season Premier League winners Mediama Football Club. So good results this particular weekend in the Ghana Premier League.
Of course, good results there. What I will tell you is that the Ghana Premier League is getting interesting, and week by week, something new. Samatex are still leading the pack there with 39 points. Aduana are second. They have a game in hand, so they have 36 points. A win in that game would be very, very good for them. Nations FC have climbed to third. That decision to bring Kasim Mingo, it looks like it is paying off for them. They have 34 points and have a game in hand. In Swatraman currently are lying fourth with 33 points there. Bekum Chelsea are fifth with 33 points. Bechem United are sixth with 32 points. Kumasi Asante Kotoko have dropped to 7th on the table with 32 points. Accra to Folk, they will be playing it tomorrow. They will be playing tomorrow at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium against Heart of Lions. They have 29 points at the moment. Mediama are 9th with 29 points as well. That is the top half of the table. Let's look at the other half of the table and how things are shaping up, because Baby Eddie Gold Stars, after today's win, are 10th with a 28 points. The Great Olympics, they are 11th with 28 points. The Legon Cities are 12th with 28 points. Dreams FC currently find themselves at 13th on the league table with 27 points. Accra Lions are 14th with 27 points. Karela, they lie precariously above the relegation zone. They have 27 points. But for Kwatano lie in the relegation zone on a 16th with 23 points. Hearts of Lions, they are 17th with 21 points. And Real Tamale United at the moment are 18th with just 19 points. So this is where we call it a wrap here with our coverage. Tomorrow, there's another big game at the Barbayara Sports Stadium. That will be Hearts of Folk taking on Hearts of Lions, and it will be live right here on Star Times at the Patch Channel 247. My name is Mutalai Akubu. If you have your phone by you, go to Twitter and search Mutalai Akubu 10. I've posted something interesting there. Go and leave a comment on that one. Thanks to Nanedu and thanks to Albert Scotty for always being here. It has been an interesting game without controversy at the Nana Ajima Bedupa. Kumasi Asante Kotoko losing this time to Aduana under controversial circumstances. I'm sure from tomorrow going, we'll be hearing a lot of things that will be coming from that one. Again, my name is Mutale Akubu. Thanks for always choosing Star Times because we are the best. Keep enjoying the rest of our programs. Till we meet again, it's au revoir. Bye-bye.